special.
Adam was a prophet?
Yes. Yeah, he was, yeah.
What is a prophet? What is a prophet?
Adam was not
A prophet is someone who speaks
first man.
of the news of the unseen.
He was the first
But not
man.
necessarily a prophet.
But if he's the first man, then he has to come with something.
A prophet, you see, a prophet, you know, a nabi. Let's talk about the actual
I'll
word.
consider him as a creation, as a pure first creation.
My brother.
That's how I'll consider
My
him.
brother.
He was a
Prophet comes from the word nabi. In Hebrew,
Nabi.
Nabi. Yeah? That's why you have nabiyim, kitubim. Yes?
What does that mean?
Nabi means someone who informs you, gives you the news of the unseen.
Okay.
So when Adam alayhi salam, who informed about God to his children and so on, because he's getting this information from God directly.
He didn't
Yeah.
inform.
His people,
He
his
sinned,
children.
He sinned, and everybody was counted as a sinner.
Are you suggesting that the children of Adam, they directly received revelation from God?
No, they got it from
Are you
Adam.
suggesting?
They got it from
Yes,
Adam.
of course.
So every single
course.
children of Adam spoke to God directly. Do you have any evidence for that in
So
the
why
Bible?
not us then? Why
Of
not?
course.
Can you show me some evidence? Can you show?
Listen.
All the children of Adam speak to God directly.
I would like some evidence from the Bible, please, before you say anything else.
You didn't get the question, that's why I'm trying to clarify.
God spoke some of them.
Which one?
Some of them. Like Adam's two sons, Cain and Abel, God directly spoke to them and asked them to bring the offering.
What about everyone
and
else?
they brought.
What about all the other progenitors?
They brought the
What about
offering,
us? What about
but
us?
God accepted
Who's the first prophet?
lamb sacrifice.
Okay, if you say it this way, if
No.
if you
What you
make
know,
me believe
what you
that
know.
Adam is
No.
the prophet, then he's the first prophet then.
Yes.
In your what you understand already now,
Me,
who's
I
the first
believe
prophet?
the first prophet,
I will accept it for the
I
sake of
think
argument.
from the very minute understanding of the Bible, or of the reading that I read, I think Abraham
Okay,
was
that's
the
Abraham.
first.
Right. So before Abraham, there are many people who were there on planet Earth.
Yeah.
From Adam to Abraham, peace be upon them both, there are various generations, many people. Now, we need to understand one thing. Did God speak to those various people directly or not? How did God speak to them? Because if Abraham is the first prophet, so God's going to speak to Abraham and through him to his people.
Yeah.
So what about all the people in between? How did they know about God?
Through Abraham.
No.
True.
Before Abraham came.
Noah even.
Oh,
Before
okay.
Abraham came.
Noah preached.
Right. Do you see? So when we say all these prophets and messengers, their role is to inform the news of the unseen from God to the people. Because not every people is a prophet. Not every person is a prophet. Do you agree?
Yeah.
Right. So when we're talking about this information about the prophets and messengers, some of the prophets and messengers, God gave certain preferences. He spoke to them directly. Others, He didn't speak to them directly. Okay? So this is the blessings that God has given to the prophets. We make no distinction between them. God has favored some prophets over others. It's up to God. Yeah? We make no distinction. That is why when you're talking about Jesus as a prophet, we don't say, oh, he's a bigger prophet or lesser prophet. No, he's one of the mightier prophets of God.
Then why
Right?
Muhammad is
creation.
counted with Allah, la ilaha illallah, Muhammad Rasulullah? Why he's directly coming with God?
Every prophet of God, when they came, they had this essential message. La ilaha illallah. Can I finish?
If all prophets
I
are
am
equal
answering.
according to you,
I am answering.
then why
My friend,
Muhammad is
I am
counted with
Brother, just to clarify,
He's not the last.
at the time of Moses,
Because Jesus is coming.
peace be upon him,
Jesus is coming.
he would say, there is no
No,
God.
he's coming
But
again.
there is no
He's
God
coming
but
again.
God,
No,
Allah is in his name. And I am the messenger of
as a
God.
God.
And you should follow me to know who God is. Every messenger would be the way to God. Okay? So when we say La ilaha illallah Muhammad Rasulullah, La ilaha illallah Isa Rasulullah, Musa Rasulullah, Musa Nabiullah, and so on, this is the same message. Yeah? Same thing. Every prophet has to say that he is a prophet of God. Otherwise, someone will say, okay, fine, God exists, I'll follow my way. No, you have to follow the way of the prophet and messengers. Yeah? Okay. So the birth of Christ is not special in the sense that it somehow isolates him and makes him unique and worthy of worship. No,
No,
there are other birds.
makes him unique.
Exactly. So there are other birds, other creations, which are also special, and it doesn't make them worthy of worship. And the examples we mentioned about Eve and Adam, okay, their creation is unique and special, and it doesn't make them worship. So when we now return about what Jesus said about who he is, did he tell the people, I am God of Israel, you should
No, he
worship
didn't
me?
say- no, he didn't say
Exactly. If God somehow came down on earth, would he be in disguise? Would he somehow not tell the people that I'm God? Would he somehow leave it in chaos and confusion?
Can I say something?
Yeah.
Can I say something now?
Go ahead.
Of course, Jesus said, I'm God. That's why they pick up the stone and try to kill him.
Where did he say that he was God?
They fully understood what Jesus is talking about.
Where did he say that he was God?
Huh?
Where did he
No,
say
he said he was the son of God.
Yeah.
He's a strange son of God. That's why people try to kill him.
No, he said, I am. He said, I am.
I am what?
Huh?
I am what?
I am as a Jehovah, God.
No, he didn't say that.
This is what. No. This is what he said. That's why.
No, he didn't say,
that's
I am
why-
Jehovah.
That's why they pick up the stone. Of course.
Can you show me what I am Yahweh?
I am. What does the I am mean? What does the I am mean?
This is what you'll get from Christians
does
who
the I
don't
am mean
read the
then?
scripture properly. When you read with proper reflection, you'll realize he didn't say, I am God of Israel or I am God. Instead he said,
I'm before Abraham. I'm before Abraham. That's why they pick up the stone and they said, you are not even 50 years and you are telling us that you are bigger than Abraham.
That needs to be checked because me too, I've read the Bible, but I can't
Yes,
remember
you
that
have
part.
to
Somebody
read the
says-
Bible in its proper context.
But you're saying you're claiming that you read that in the Bible.
Oh yes, it is in the Bible.
but do you know how he's misunderstanding this?
What?
Do you know? Brother, this one is
What? Yeah?
when
Many.
he says before Abraham I am, if he ever said that, it doesn't say he's claiming I am God, because even your existence, you existed even before you came into this world. You could say before everyone, at the time of Abraham, I am, because you were already in existence.
My brother, Jews, they fully understood his word. They fully understood him. That's why they tried to pick up the stone and stone him.
Do you agree with the Jews?
Huh?
Do you agree with the Jews?
What is it?
Do you agree with the Jewish people who understood that?
Of course, they understood.
Do you agree with them?
They understood
Do you
their
agree
word.
with them?
Of course, I don't agree with the action they did,
Do you agree with their understanding?
but they understood what Jesus is talking about.
Do you agree with their understanding?
Yeah, of course, Jesus is.
Do you know why I ask? Because it will be quite clear and evident that you will pick and choose cherry picking. Because the same Jewish people said Jesus is demon possessed, a madman. Do you accept that Jesus was demon possessed and madman?
How can he be?
Because the Jewish people
When
said that.
demon they themselves they are scared on his name.
You're missing
They,
the point.
they,
When the Jewish people said, you are a madman, when they claimed that he was a madman, do you agree with them?
Jews are same like Muslim now because they can say anything to Jesus anytime. Jesus will not.
Brother, do you see my point? These people accuse Jesus.
This is what he is saying.
Brother, listen.
This is what he is saying.
The
He's saying
same.
bad things about Jesus.
No, understand. Listen. What you do not appreciate is this. Your argument needs to be consistent. But what we're saying is, if you apply consistency,
That's very good.
if you apply consistency, then you will accept that Jesus was a madman. He has to do that because he is taking
Bible says.
the accusation of someone as proof.
Yes.
Imagine now, you go into a court of law, and the judge says, okay, what's the evidence that this man claimed to be the king?
I want to be warm. Yeah, there's one or the other, right?
There are people who accused him. They say, we just listen to the accusers. They accused him of being king, so he must be the king. This is how the judgment is done? No. Because people can accuse you of being a rapist. Just because they accuse you of a rapist, it doesn't make you a rapist. It's an accusation. Yeah? When they say you are an idolater, you commit blasphemy, or you worship other than God, it's an accusation, correct? So when people like this faction of the Jewish people accused Jesus of claiming to be God or blaspheming, they're the ones accusing Jesus of. It's not Jesus saying I am God, it's an accusation. The same people accuse Jesus of being a madman and demon possessed. But my friend here will cherry pick. He will take the accusation of idolatry or blasphemy and say, yeah, Jesus is God because they said that he was God. But when the same people said Jesus is a madman, he will not take their accusation and say, yes, he's a madman.
Excuse me. The entire Bible is talking about the purpose of Jesus coming on this world. Entire Bible is saying about his crucifixion.
No, it's not.
Yeah, entire Bible is talking about that.
Show me from every single book. Open up your Bible and start reading the Old Testament. Every single book where it talks about Jesus and his crucifixion, and then we talk. So let me continue.
Read Genesis 3 verse 15. It talks about that.
Next one. Next book.
And then the entire Bible.
No, after Genesis, which book?
All the Gospels. All the Gospels are
After Genesis, which is the book?
Wherever.
No. You made a claim. You made a claim.
Wherever there is a
You now see what's
sacrifice.
happening?
Wherever there is a
This
sacrifice
gentleman
done,
claimed the entire Bible.
showing.
How many books? Excuse me. How many books in the entire Bible? How many books in the entire Bible? The Old Testament and the New Testament. 66 in the. Okay. So give me what you said from all the 66 books, and then we talk. So let me continue. So Jesus, he didn't claim that he was God. There are people wanting to get rid of him.
About Jesus.
A faction of the Jewish people.
About Jesus.
And they accused him, oh, you blaspheme. But he responded to them.
They do live there, right?
He actually responded to them. But this gentleman perhaps don't realize that. He even said, look, isn't it written in your law that you are called gods?
But
I'm paraphrasing the statement.
clear.
And the scripture cannot be broken, but I only